Welcome, my lovely students. Today we are going to talk about Unit 1, Lesson 1, Meaning of Ratio and its Properties. So, at the beginning of our lesson, let's know what is the meaning of ratio. A ratio is a way of comparing between two quantities by division which have the same type and unit. Like, if we want to paint a wall using light blue paint, how can we get this color? We need to mix 3 kilograms of white paint to 4 kilograms of blue paint, so we can get the light blue paint. So we put 3 kilograms white and 4 kilograms blue, so the ratio of the white paint to the blue paint is 3 to 4, which means for each 3 parts of white, we need to put 4 parts of blue. So ratio means the comparison between two quantities by division. And we can write the ratio in 3 different ways. 3 to 4, as we see, 3 to 4, these two dots represent the ratio. Or 3 to 4, or 3 over 4. So we can write the ratio by 3 different ways. The numbers are the terms of the ratio. In this example, it means that the number 3 is the first term and number 4 is the second term. And the order is very important. So when we say the ratio of white paint to blue paint, we write it 3 to 4. But if we say the ratio of the blue paint to the white paint, we write it 4 to 3, because 4 represents the blue and 3 represents the white. It means when we say the word of the second term first, so we also must write its number first. So when we say ratio between white and blue, we say 3 to 4. But if we say blue first, we must write 4 first. How can we get the ratio of two numbers? The ratio of two numbers equal the first number over the second number. For example, the ratio between 5 and 3 is 5 over 3, or 5 to 3, or we can write it 5 to 3. So we can write it by the 3 ways. So the ratio of two numbers equal the first number over the second number, and we can write it 5 over 3, or 5 to 3, or 5 to 3. So let's see an exercise. We have a triangle ABC where the length of AB equal 3 centimeter and the length of BC equal 4 centimeter and the length of CA equal 5 centimeter. So look at the opposite figure and answer the questions. Number 1, ratio of AB to BC. So let's see, AB equal 3 centimeter and BC equal 4 centimeter. So the ratio between AB to BC is 3, which is the length of AB, to 4, which is the length of BC. So the answer is 3 to 4. 3 is the length of AB and 4 is the length of BC. Number 2, AC to AB. Let's look at the triangle AC to AB. So AC equal 5 centimeter. So let's write here AC 5 centimeter, which is the length of AC. And AB 3 centimeter. So ratio between AC to AB equal 5:3. Number 3, AC to perimeter of triangle ABC. At the beginning, let's find the first term, which is AC. AC from the drawing here, AC equal 5 centimeter. So let's write AC 5. So the first term is 5. Then let's find the second term, which is the perimeter of triangle ABC. So let's find the perimeter. As we know that the perimeter of any shape equal the sum of its sides length, it means the perimeter of the triangle equal 3 plus 4 plus 5. 3 plus 4 plus 5 equals 12. So perimeter of triangle ABC equal 12. So the second term will be 12. So the ratio between AC to perimeter of ABC equal 5, which is the length of AC, to 12, which is the perimeter of the triangle ABC. So let's have another exercise. Write each of the following in its simplest form. So we must write the ratio in its simplest form. A, 25 to 45. How can we find the simplest form? By dividing. So the two terms, 25 and 45, can be divided by what? Both of them can be divided by 5. So let's write divided by 5. 25 divided by 5 equals 5, and 45 divided by 5 equals 9. So this is the simplest form, 5 to 9. The ratio is 5 to 9. B, 30 to 20. They can be divided by what? Both of them can be divided by 10. So 30 divided by 10 equals 3, and 20 divided by 10 equals 2. So the ratio is 3 to 2. And 70 to 140. When we find zeros in the two terms, like this, here we can find 0 and here we can find 0, so we can cancel them. So if we canceled 0, 1 0 from the first term, we must cancel 1 0 from the second term. If we have one of them have 2 zeros, we can cancel only 1 because the other one have only 1 0. So if we cancel 1 0 from a term, we must cancel another 1 0 from the second term. So now we have 7 to 14. After canceling the zeros, 7 to 14. Now, how can we simplify this 7 to 14? 7 to 14 can be divided by 7. Both of them, 7 and 14, can be divided by 7. 7 divided 7 equals 1, and 14 divided 7 equals 2. So this is the ratio between 70 to 140 in its simplest form is 1 to 2. Another example, 2,100 to 3,500. We can cancel 2 zeros from each term. It will be 21 to 35. Okay, now let's see 21 and 35. How can we simplify it? Okay, let's divide by 7. 21 can be divided by 7 and 35 can be divided by 7. 21 divided by 7 equals 3, and 35 divided by 7 equals 5. So this is the ratio 3 to 5 in its simplest form. And another exercise, 50 to 200. In this example, we can cancel 1 0 from the first term and 1 0 from the second term, because we can cancel only 1 0 from the second term because we canceled 1 0 from the first term. So when we cancel 1 0 from the first term, we cancel 1 0 from the second term. If we have here 2 zeros, we can cancel from the first term 2 zeros and from the second term 2 zeros. So it will be 5 to 20. Now let's simplify. 5 and 20 can be divided by 5. So 5 divided by 5 equals 1, and 20 divided by 5 equals 4. Another example, 0.4 to 0.16. How can we deal with decimal? We must change it to whole numbers. So to change the decimals into whole numbers, see where is the decimal? How many digits after the decimal? In the first term, we have 1 digit after the decimal. And in the second term, we have 2 digits after the decimal. So to change any decimal number to whole number, if we have 1 digit after the decimal, multiply by 10. If we have 2 digits after the decimal, multiply by 100. If we have 3 digits after the decimal, multiply by 1000. So in this example, we can multiply by 100 because in the ratio, we must multiply or divide both sides by the same number. So we need to multiply the two terms by 100 to get the whole numbers. So 0.4 multiplied by 100 equals 40, and 0.16 multiplied by 100 equals 16. Now we have two whole numbers, 40 and 16. Let's simplify 40 and 16. 40 and 16 can be divided by what? Both of them can be divided by 4. So 40 divided by 4 equals 10. And 16 divided by 4 equals 4. Is this the simplest form? No, we can simplify more. So 10 and 4 can be divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 equals 5, and 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So the ratio in its simplest form is 5 to 2. Let's have another example. 1.4 to 42. Now we have one term has decimal point, so we can't get the ratio in its simplest form unless we change the first term to be whole number. So look at the digits after the decimal. We have 1 digit. So let's multiply by 10. We will multiply both sides by 10. 1.4 multiply 10 equals 14. And 42 multiply 10 equals 420. So now we have two whole numbers, 14 and 420. Let's simplify. 14 and 420 can be divided by 2. So 14 divided by 2 equals 7. And 420 divided by 2 equals 210. Now let's simplify again. Now we have 7 and 210. Both of them can be divided by 7. 7 divided by 7 equals 1. And 210 divided by 7 equals 30. Now we have the simplest form, the ratio in its simplest form, 1 to 30. In this example, we have two fractions, and we must change it into whole numbers to get the ratio in its simplest form. So the first step is to change them into whole numbers. So we can change them by crisscross. 5 multiply 4 equals 20, and 3 multiply 7 equals 21. So we have two whole numbers, 20 and 21. And this is the simplest form because there is no common number that 20 and 21 can be divided by it. We have mixed numbers. So the first step is to change them into whole numbers. How to change a mixed number to a whole number? Multiply the whole number 1 by the denominator 3 and then add to the denominator 2. 1 times 3 and then add the result to the denominator, which is 2. 1 times 3 equals 3 plus 2 equals 5. So it will be 5 over 3, which is the denominator. And the second term, 2 multiply 2 equals 4 plus 1 equals 5. So it will be 5 over 2, the same denominator. And then crisscross. Now we have two fractions, so we can crisscross. 5 times 2 equals 10, and 5 times 3 equals 15. Now we have two whole numbers, 10 and 15. Let's simplify. 10 and 15 can be divided by what? Both of them can be divided by 5. 10 divided by 5 equals 2, and 15 divided by 5 equals 3. So this is the simplest form, 2 to 3. In this example, we have mixed number, and in the second term, we have decimal. So let's change the first number to fraction. 1 multiply 4 equals 4. 4 plus 1 equals 5. 5 over the denominator, 4. And now we have the first term fraction and the second term decimal. So we can multiply by 100 because we have two digits after the decimal. So we can multiply by 100. 5 over 4 multiplied by 100 over 1 equals 5 multiplied by 100 equals 500, and 4 multiplied by 1 equals 4. So we have 500 in the first term, 500 over 4. And in the second term, 1.75 multiplied by 100 equals 175. Now, 500 divided 4 equals 125. And let's put 175. So we have 125 to 175. So now let's simplify. 125 and 175 can be divided by 25. 125 divided by 25 equals 5. And 175 divided by 25 equals 7. So this is the simplest form, 5 to 7. Let's have another exercise. The area of a rectangle is 32 centimeters square and its width equal 4 centimeters. Find the length of the rectangle. So let's look at the rectangle. Now we know that its width equal 4 centimeters, and we know its area, which is 32 centimeters square. So to get its length, let's use the area and the width. The area of the rectangle equal length multiply width. So 32, which is the area of the rectangle, equal L multiply 4, which is the width of the rectangle. 4 is the width of the rectangle. So what's multiply 4 equals 32? Or divide 32 by 4. 32 divided by 4 equals 8. So the area, which is 32, equal 8, which is the length, multiply 4, which is the width. So now we know the length is equal 8. B, find the ratio between the width of the rectangle and its length. The width to the length. The width equal 4 centimeters and the length equal 8 centimeters. So let's simplify. 4 and 8 can be divided by what? Both of them can be divided by 4. So 4 divided by 4 equals 1. And 8 divided by 4 equals 2. The ratio in its simplest form equal 1 to 2. C. Find the ratio between the length of the rectangle and its perimeter. The length to the perimeter, the length equal 8 centimeters. And the perimeter of the rectangle equals 2 multiply length plus width. So the perimeter of the rectangle equal 2 multiply 8, which is the length, plus 4, which is the width. It means 2 multiply 12 equals 24. So the perimeter of the rectangle equals 24. So we have 8 to 24, 8 the length and the perimeter 24. So the ratio 8 to 24. Is it in the simplest form? No. So let's simplify it. 8 and the 24 can be divided by 8. So 8 divided by 8 equals 1 and 24 divided by 8 equals 3. So the ratio in the simplest form equal 1 to 3. Now we have finished our lesson. Thank you so much. Goodbye.